Hi everybody, Diana here. Welcome to our channel here at Sew in Common. So today is countdown day 4 for our Starlight Starbright quilt along. Let me just start by making something really clear. This quilt along is done with an embroidery machine. Our pieces here at Sew in Common, we piece our quilt block segments and all on our embroidery machine. I had a couple people ask if this was also available in traditional quilting format. And unfortunately, it isn't. That's not our niche here. I've taught done traditional quilting for over 50 years. However, the reason I started Sew in Common and created Build a Quilt was because there's so many folks out there that want to do it with an embroidery machine. And so unfortunately, there isn't instructions for doing this in a traditional quilting method. I'm so sorry about that. And I hate to discourage anybody, but there are so many wonderful sites on YouTube and out on the internet that you can follow that do quilting in the traditional way. You won't have a hard time finding them for sure. Let me just name one off the top of the hand that I'll recommend to you. Pat Sloan, hers is great. Fat Quarter Shop does some great quilt alongs. In the traditional way. And so I'm sorry about that. Now, not everything that I talk about here is only in regard to the embroidery machine. Sometimes it's just quilting, period. But I am sorry that the quilt along won't meet the needs of a couple of you that contacted me. I do apologize for that. So, but today is countdown day 4. Because Friday we're going to start the quilt along. And today I wanted to talk to you specifically about your stabilizer. Now, you all know that I highly recommend Washaway Stabilizer, the non-woven Washaway Stabilizer that we use when we do freestanding lace projects. It really works fantastic. And there's a couple of videos that I've done. One walks you through the whole process, soup to nuts, all the experiments I did over the spring and summer to choose this as my favorite. Why? Well, one, it gets rid of the stabilizer out of your quilt so that you don't have to have it in there. It takes bulk out of the seams. That's always been a little bit of a concern for folks who don't want to piece on their embroidery machine, is because when we use cutaway, or even if we use an all natural muslin, a very lightweight muslin, we end up with a lot of bulk. And there's ways around that, but by using a washaway, you don't have to worry about it. So there's 2 videos out here on the website. One is for just taking the stabilizer out in your segments before you sew them together. That is my preferred method. But some of you want to know, can you do it by the whole block? Can you do it by the whole quilt? Yes, you can do it by the block, and there's another video for that. Can you do it for the whole quilt top? Yes, but it is a much more difficult and, should we say, wonky process. I did it for the kaleidoscope quilt that we did a month or so ago. And I will say, even though I did it, it was cumbersome. Do not do it in your washing machine. If you're going to say, I don't care, I don't want to do it until the whole thing is done, and you want to go ahead and do your whole quilt top, I'm not going to stop you. But please don't put it in your washing machine that way. Your washing machine, if it's a front loader or a top loader, agitation is too much and it will rip apart your top. I'm just warning you now, okay? Friend to friend. So I wouldn't do it the whole quilt. This whole block method is okay. Yeah, it'll work for sure. But I really prefer taking it out all of my segment pieces, then sewing my blocks together. I'll link both of those videos for you at the end of this one so that you can watch and figure out your preferred method. Back to our stabilizer. So Washaway Stabilizer. Now, today is Prime Day at Amazon. I'm not affiliated with in that. It's not a sales pitch for that. But I was looking to see if the stabilizer I use was available on a Prime deal. It is not. I must say I'm a little bit indignant about that. Why not? I want it on Prime Day deal. So Amazon, if anybody out there is watching, put this stabilizer on Prime deals next time, please. However, there is some Washaway like this on a roll that is on a really good deal. I'll link it below. And I'm still going to link this one below because I want to share with you a little comparison. There are several, I call them kind of designer brands of Washaway Stabilizer out there. And I mean designer by the fact they're done by really big companies. Kimberbell, Dime, OESD, all of those folks that are really all about embroidery, not about quilting, embroidery. Okay. And they have pre-cuts. I prefer pre-cuts because it's just quicker to pop it in and boom, 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 away to go. For me, it's more efficient. However, if you're going to use a bigger hoop and try to do multiple segments in one hooping when you're doing this, then the roll might be a better option for you. So I'll link that below. But let me just tell you what I found for cost comparison. That is one of the name brands that I just mentioned, and I'm not going to say who because I'm not putting down those products. Those products are fantastic. They're great, and every one of those companies are great. 40 sheets, just like this, 12 by 10, $41.99. That's $1.04 a sheet. That is not very cost effective for piecing in the hoop. Okay, that's a little expensive for piecing in the hoop. If you're just using it for the occasional design, embroidery design, freestanding lace design, knock yourselves out. Then that would be fine. I can justify that. But for piecing in the hoop, this alone, 16 segments. So that would be 16 pieces if I did them one at a time. That would be $17 to piece that under that scenario. That's a little, for me, I like to save money. So that's not cost effective for me. However, the brand that I get on Amazon is 100 sheets. So 100 12 by 10 sheets, $34.99. So right there, it's less money. But listen to the price per sheet, 3.5 cents. That I can deal with. That I don't got a problem with dealing with 3.5 cents a sheet for that. Okay. So I'm going to link that brand, and it's just some brand. I've never heard of it in anything else. I'll link it below for you because even though it's not on a Prime Day deal, at that price, at 100 sheets, that's a great price. Today, I ordered 2 packages, and because it's Amazon, I'll get it tomorrow. Yay! Because then I'm ready for Friday when we start piecing, right? Now, some of you are going to say, oh, I bet it's cheapo and it won't work as well. No. I have tried 6 or 7 different brands of Washaway stabilizers over the years. I can say some of them look like, they all have like a little bit of a piercing look to them when you look at them close up. Some of the patterns are different, but they work all exactly the same. And this one that I use from Amazon is perfect for piecing in the hoop. Now, if you are just, I am diehard OESD, I'm diehard Dime, I'm dime hard Kimberbell, and that's all you're going to use and no one's going to convince you otherwise, that's your choice. I'm just giving you this information so that if you want to make a cost-effective choice, you've got options, right? Very good. So it's the same. It works the same. It holds up the same for what we're doing. It's perfect. So I'm going to link that below. And let me tell you what it says. It says, of course, that you can use these sheets with 4x4 hoops, which you can. Absolutely. It says you can use it with 5x7 hoops, which is our hoop of choice with Build a Quilt, right? And you can. I'm really bad at holding that up. But yes, it does fit in there. So you can. And if you're like me and you have a baby lock or a brother machine and you use this, oops, I just came apart because I didn't screw it back together. I didn't screw my hoop back together. Oops. If you use this gorgeous little 6x6, which makes the prettiest little frame, right? Like, there we go. It makes a frame. If you use this 6x6 hoop, the 12x10 sheets work perfectly with that, and that's what I use. Okay. So for any of the sheets, any of the sizes that you're going to use, 4x4, 5, well, you can't use 4x4 for the quilt along, but some of our older blocks did come in a 4x4 size. So you can use this for 4x4, but it definitely works for the 5x7, which is the hoop of choice for the projects, right? For the quilts. So 12x10, it'll be 12 high, 10 wide for you. Now, one of them said that this size will also work in a 6x10 hoop. This seems a little small for my 6x10 hoop, but it does fit. So, I mean, it fits. It's just no, I like to see a little bit over the sides that way. But as long as it's in there, it'll be fine. But like I said, if you're going to use a 6x10 hoop or larger and try to do multiples of your segments in one hooping, then I would definitely get it on a roll, because I've not seen the pre-cuts any larger than 12x10. I wish they made them for the larger hoops, because I would certainly buy that. It's just my preference. But you can get rolls that are, I guess you would call them wider. And then you can cut them and do multiple segments in a hoop if you like to do that. If you are brand new to this technique and you've never done it before, you're jumping in fresh right into the quilt along and you're ready to go, do me a favor. Do your first week's blocks one at a time with your 5x7 hoop and get used to the process. Then by the time the second week comes along, if you want to start doing multiples, go for it. I just want you used to the process. And in Friday's video, we'll talk more about hooping and hooping for multiples as well, to give you a little extra hints and tips for that. Okay. So down below, I'm going to the one Washaway that I found on a roll. I hope I'm not lying to y'all that I found it, but I'm going to link that below because it is on a prime to deal. It seems to me, don't quote me, I think it was like $8.99 for a roll. That's unheard of. That's amazing for like 25 yards. That's pretty good. But the 100 sheets, $34.99 for 100 sheets, 3.5 cents a sheet. That's fantastic. It's really good. Okay. All right, everybody. This was our countdown day 4 Starlight, Starbright Quilt Along video. I hope y'all are getting ready. I'm just getting so excited. I just can hardly stand it. So we will see you all next time. And until then, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you as part of our Sew in Common family. All quilters, no matter how you choose to piece your quilts, of course, are welcome. Anybody's welcome. You might just like the idea of quilting because you think it's pretty and you just want to watch pretty quilts being made. You're welcome as well. We love to have everybody here at the Sew in Common family. So please subscribe, click that little button, click the little bell to set your notifications. And until next time, sew life beautiful. Bye for now.